Odin once traveled to Helheim to uncover the reason behind his son Baldr's troubling nightmares. Using dark magic, he summoned the nameless seeress, a deceased mystic with unparalleled prophetic abilities, from her grave. She revealed chilling truths about the future, including the death of Baldr and the final cataclysm known as Ragnarök. The term Ragnarök is commonly understood to mean the final destiny of the gods. In her song, the Voluspa, the Song of the Seeress, she delivered a grim prophecy to the All-Father, foretelling a time when all the works of the gods would be undone. There would be a devastating battle in which many of the Norse gods, such as Odin, Thor, Tyr, Freyr, Heimdall, and Loki, would meet their end. Yet, even amidst these harrowing visions, a glimmer of hope remains. The Voluspa proclaims, "Brother will fight brother, and sister's sons will slay, the world will be hard in Midgard, full of wanton strife. Axe time, sword time, shields are shattered, wind time, wolf time, before the world falls, no one shall be spared." In many ways, it all began after the Aesir-Vanir War. Following the war, when the Aesir and Vanir made peace and exchanged hostages, Mimir, one of the Aesir's most knowledgeable beings, was sent to the Vanir as part of this agreement. However, he was later beheaded by the Vanir. Mimir's well, located beneath one of Yggdrasil's roots, was a source of great knowledge. When Mimir ceased to guard it due to his death, the well's influence waned, coinciding with the dragon Nidhoggr constant gnawing at Yggdrasil's roots. The weakening of Yggdrasil's structure symbolizes the weakening of the structure and order of the worlds, setting the stage for the events of Ragnarök. The first overt sign of Ragnarök is said to be the crowing of 3 roosters, heralding the beginning of the end. The Jotun, giant, herdsman Egthir sits atop a mound, cheerfully playing his harp, as the crimson rooster Fjalar, Old Norse for hider or deceiver, crows in the forest of Gulgvir. Meanwhile, the golden rooster Gullinkambi crows to the Aesir in Valhalla, and a third, unnamed soot-red rooster crows within the underworld halls of Helheim. This is followed by the onset of Fimbulwinter, a period of 3 consecutive winters without a summer, during which the sun will fail to shine. Before this, 3 prior winters will have been marked by widespread wars, during which greed will lead brothers to kill each other, and the bonds between fathers and sons will crumble. 2 wolves, Skoll and Hati, will swallow the sun and moon, plunging the world into darkness. The world tree Yggdrasil trembles and groans. The earth and mountains will shake violently. The tremors will uproot trees, collapse mountains, and shatter bonds, allowing the great wolf Fenrir to break free from his restraints. He will roam freely, hungry for vengeance. The Midgard serpent Jormungandr thrashes violently, creating massive waves that cause floods. The ship Naglfar, crafted from the fingernails and toenails of the dead, breaks loose and sets sail from Helheim, carrying the freed Loki, the army of the dead, and the Jotun Hyrem with his frost giants. After his role in the death of the god Baldr, Loki is bound on 3 stones using the iron-forged entrails of his son Narfi. Above him, the Jotun Skadi places a serpent whose venom drips onto Loki's face. Loki's wife, Sigyn, collects the venom in a bowl to spare him, but whenever she leaves to empty it, the venom falls directly onto Loki, causing immense pain. His resulting convulsions produce earthquakes. Loki is fated to remain bound in this torment until Ragnarök begins, when he will be freed by the giants to lead the army of the dead. In Muspelheim, Surtur rallies a vast army of fire giants. So great is their force that the Rainbow Bridge, Bifrost, shatters beneath their weight. Heimdall, the watchman of the gods, will blow his mighty Gjallarhorn for the first and final time, summoning the gods and their allies to prepare for the ultimate battle. Odin consults the severed head of Mimir for wisdom and calls a council of the gods to strategize and prepare for war. In Valhalla, the Einherjar, mighty warriors chosen by the Valkyries from the battlefields of Midgard over countless ages, gather for their final muster. All forces meet on the plain of Vigridr, a vast field where the final battle, destined to end all worlds, takes place. Odin, clad in a golden helmet and a finely crafted coat of mail, leads them, wielding his spear Gungnir. He meets his fate as Fenrir devours him whole. Odin's son, Vidar, avenges his father by tearing Fenrir apart. Surtur faces Freyr, and though the god of fertility fights valiantly, without the sword he once gifted to Skirnir, he is ultimately slain by the fire giant's blazing sword. Thor engages Jormungandr in an epic struggle that shakes the earth itself. Though Thor kills the great serpent, its venom ensures the thunder god takes only 9 steps before collapsing, dead. The hound Garm, called the worst of monsters, who had long guarded the gates of Helheim, breaks free from his chains at Niflheim and attacks Tyr, the god of justice. Both perish in the fight. Finally, Loki and Heimdall engage in a deadly duel, killing each other. In the chaos of the battle, Surtur reaches the roots of Yggdrasil, the world tree, and strikes its base with his flaming sword. The great tree ignites, and flames engulf all the 9 worlds, consuming gods, giants, humans, and all creation alike. Everything the gods and humanity built is reduced to ash. After the inferno, earth collapses and sinks beneath the waves. Yet Ragnarök is not the absolute end. Even amid this annihilation, the seeds of a new beginning are sown. Before the sun is consumed, it will give birth to a daughter, who will bring light to the new world. The earth emerges anew from the waters, fertile and lush. The field of Idavolur will reappear where Asgard once stood, and the surviving Aesir gods will gather there. Odin's children, Vidar and Vali, untouched by Surtur's flames, will reside in the new world. Thor's sons, Modi and Magni, will meet them, now wielding their father's hammer, Mjolnir. From Helheim, the slain god Baldur and his brother Hodr will rise, rejoining the surviving gods. Together, they share memories and rediscover the Aesir's golden game pieces left on the field. Njord, the Vanir god, will survive, but he will return to his homeland, Vanaheim. Lif and Ulfraser, the only 2 surviving humans, will take shelter within the forest of Hodmimis Holt during the chaos, somehow managing to sustain themselves on morning dew. From them, humanity will be reborn. After Ragnarök, distinct realms will emerge for both the virtuous and the wicked, reflecting the moral duality of existence. The best and most beautiful place to dwell will be Gimel, a radiant hall located in the heavens. This imperishable sanctuary, which even the flames of Surtur cannot destroy, is reserved for the virtuous, offering eternal peace and comfort. Another welcoming place is Okalnir, known as the Land of No Cold, where the Hall Brimir stands. Brimir is a paradise of abundance, offering endless drink and symbolizing joy and prosperity. Similarly, the Hall Sindri, made of red gold and nestled in the mountains of Nidafol, will serve as the home of good and virtuous individuals, honoring their morality with its grandeur. In contrast, grim and dreadful places will exist for the wicked. Nastrand, or the Shores of the Dead, is a terrifying hall constructed from the spines of serpents, with their heads turned inward, spewing venom that forms rivers flowing through the hall. This is a place of eternal punishment for oath breakers and murderers, who are condemned to wade through these toxic streams for all time. The worst of all places is Hvergelmir, a realm of utter despair where the dragon Nidhogr dwells. Here, Nidhogr inflicts torment upon the corpses of the dead, gnawing on them endlessly. These horrifying locations embody the suffering and torment awaiting those who commit grave sins, providing a stark contrast to the paradisiacal dwellings of the virtuous. Even in the rebirth following Ragnarök, the moral fabric of the cosmos remains intact, with realms of reward for the righteous and punishment for the wicked, underscoring the enduring consequences of one's actions in life.